minutes. All right, and we are live. Meta earnings happening in the next 4 minutes. When you guys can hear me and see me okay, please let me know. If you guys ever want to tune on into any of these live sessions, we do host them for free on the YouTube channel. So again, just another reason to subscribe. And do not forget to drop a thumbs up if you feel like we earned it. So actually, this is not Meta. This is Meta. Meta is currently trading at a trade price of $4.75. It's currently up 2.5% during normal trading hours. And then after the market closes, it's set to report earnings. Meta is one of the big companies that sits at that $1 trillion market cap. Currently has a market cap of $1.2 trillion. There are very few companies, I think it's really just like the big seven, that sit at around $1 trillion market cap. But let's go ahead and wait to see how the market actually reacts. A lot of volatility. This is not a time for beginners that are just getting into the market, that you probably want to be trading either during normal trading hours or after market hours. With extreme volatility comes great responsibility to be able to manage and mitigate that position. So let's see what actually gets reported. Yesterday we had Google and what was it? It was Microsoft and AMD that reported earnings. Both earnings came out better than what was expected, but Microsoft missed when it came down to its expectation and deliverables for the AI and overall cloud software. So it's just taking a little bit longer. So we'll have to wait and see how Meta ends up performing and kind of sets the tone for tomorrow, because tomorrow we have Amazon and Apple reporting earnings after the market closes. So that's going to be kind of like the rest of big tech that is left that has yet to report earnings. And here it goes. In the next 2 minutes, we have Meta reporting earnings. If you guys can hear me and see me okay, please let me know. What's up, Kyle? All right. Current market expectation for Meta has an earnings per share of $4.70 and overall revenue to be $38.26 billion. For those that are wondering what market's forecast is, that's what we have to work with. But again, it's much more than that. There's the earning report and the actual guidance call. The guidance call is where they talk about up and coming quarters. The earning report is based off of what they previously reported or did in the previous quarter. So this time they're going to be reporting based off of Q2 of 2024 and then giving projections on the second half of 2024 and maybe into 2025. If things are going according to plan and guidance looks good, get ready for Meta to skyrocket. If guidance does not come in as expected, but overall earnings still comes in better than what is expected, markets most likely will still drop. Again, there's been a lot of negative market sentiment as a lot of investors have been rotating out of big tech. Here it goes. We got 20 seconds left until market closes, and then it's normally within 1 minute to 5 minutes after that Meta reports earnings. All right, and based off of their previous 3 earning report, they have beat both earnings per share and revenue expectations. So it's looking pretty good for Meta. Meta's been a really strong performing stock. There it goes. Market has officially closed. Let's see how it actually reacts. We have seen Meta pull on back again. Currently, close price is $474.61. Let's see what it trades at. It has recently pulled on back. But if you guys see its overall performance for 2023 to 2024, it went from trade price of $88 per share all the way up to highs of $542. So not bad for Mr. Mark Zuckerberg. I would be building my own island and spending $50 million a year or two on building my little, what was it that he was building? I don't know.
Bunker?
His little bunker, right? Oh, 200 million, right?
I don't know how much.
Yeah, more money than I have. Yeah.
Me too.
Okay.
I'm getting close to 50 million.
There it goes. Meta's in the green after market hours, but this is not the actual earning report. So let's wait until it actually comes out. All right. Let's wait and see. right, still bullish. It's up about almost 0.5%, but again, earning report has not come out yet. You'll see. You'll see once it comes out. We'll see a quick little reaction. Okay, still waiting. We'll see if it comes out at 105. There it goes, break even for Meta. Meta is back at its close price. I'm reading an article here on a secondaries tree, and I'll bring it up into the main screen if you guys want it. But it says Meta set to report second quarter earnings after the bell. Alphabet, which is the parent company of Google and YouTube, right? What's it called? Disappointed investors last week, and Pinterest forecast on Tuesday was also weaker than expected. So we'll see how these ad-based businesses, as that's what Facebook or Meta is known for, if it actually comes out better than what was expected, or if it comes out worse with up and coming lower than expected guidance, because that's the big thing. Meta is spending heavy in AI and virtual reality, a big area of focus for investors. So if we don't see the growth or the return in those areas, then be ready for Meta to drop. You know, there's the earning report and the overall revenue that the general public likes to focus on, but then depending on the company, there's things that are happening internally that the company is trying to grow. And based off of expectations and how much the company is investing into it and how it's actually doing, and there it goes. Holy smokes. Up 5% after market hours. My goodness. 6.2% after market hours. Back at $500 per share. Let's see how long it lasts. Let's see if it's a fake out. No, it looks good. Meta earnings are out. Damn. Come on, buddy. Oh, hasn't updated. There it goes, 7.2%. Meta still has to have its guidance call, but based off of how we are seeing the market react, it's in a very, very bullish way. There it goes, 8% move in the green. So why did it go up and Microsoft went down? It has to do with guidance. Again, the guidance was lower than what was expected for Microsoft. Microsoft has a really big focus on artificial intelligence and cloud-based service, their Azure software or cloud software, and it was not performing and growing as it was expected. They said it was going to take a little bit more time than what was expected to continue to grow. Again, all of this expectation of what gets priced into the stock market is based off of future. It's all forecast. It's not based off of the current value, but it's future value. And based off of what is reported, if it shows that, hey, it's actually going to take a little bit longer to actually get there, then that's when the markets correct themselves, because they didn't take that into consideration. And that's why we saw Google correct itself. It was taking back what it gained ahead of time. And again, that's why we talk about individual stocks being overbought, and especially when it comes down to like AI-based companies. And look at that, showing signs of resistance already, hitting highs of $515 per share for Meta. I'm going to post this on Instagram, so if you guys want to say hi to Instagram, feel free to do so. There it goes. Beautiful. And there it goes, correcting itself. Let's see how much it actually ends up pulling on back. How's the rest of the market performing? TQQQ is up another 1.5%. So if you really think about it, 8.7% during normal trading hours, 1.6% during aftermarket hours. That's a 10% day for TQQ. Overall NASDAQ market gapped up nearly 3% during normal trading hours and another 0.5% during aftermarket hours. And if you take profits, it doesn't look like a bad idea if your intention was to day trade. Now, when it comes down to your swing trades, or if you're in it to be placed in as an investment, then that's a completely different story. Your timeline is much more different than those that are trying to get in and get out within a very short period of time. It looks like market's really trying to find its support. Now, FOMC rate decision came out today. They decided to pause for those that didn't have time to tune on into our live stream. Meta earnings just came out, and it looks like it came out better than what was expected. Let's see what was actually released. Look at that. Earnings per share was way higher than what was expected. Expectation was $4.70. It came in at $5.16. Revenue was expected to be $38 billion. It came in at $39.07 billion. So again, higher than what was expected. But not just this, it has to be its guidance. Guidance has to be good for Meta. And I could reassure you that's probably all of the investments that it's made when it comes down to AI. But it looks like it is correcting itself. Maybe it got too hyped up too quick, right? Never be afraid to take profits when it makes sense, especially at overbought levels. But again, I personally do not like trading these stocks when they're reporting earnings. I really like just paying attention to them. They do come at a greater form of risk. As you guys can see, it could quickly gap up. It could quickly correct itself. That means volatility is in place. We're not here to predict the future. Again, you're here to take advantage of opportunities that you can tolerate. My experience level might be different than yours, or yours might be different than mine. With that being said, just because someone else is trading it does not mean that you have the experience nor the, I would say, tolerance to be able to put yourself in that position and do well, right? And if you're not going to put yourself in a position to succeed, then why take the trade? So again, tomorrow, Apple and Amazon reporting earnings after the market closes, and that should be the rest of big tech reporting earnings, and everything should be factored in, which is very, very exciting for all those that have been staying cash and have been waiting for the market to recover. If you look at this on the 4-hour time frame, markets are still oversold. And now we're just going to wait to see, okay, are we going to finally begin to recover, or are we going to get rejected and go lower for longer? Why be in a rush when you can wait for confirmation? So if anything, this could be presenting a good dip buy opportunity for long-term investors, but we want to wait for Apple and Amazon to report earnings just to make sure that, again, the rest of big tech has already reported to make a more confident trade decision when it comes down to that. So if you want to trade early, if you want to buy in early, remember it doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect anyone else but you. So you put yourself in a position that you think that you can tolerate, and I wish you nothing but the best. I just hope that you put yourself in a position to succeed with a good trade plan, right? If you guys ever need help formulating your trade plan, I'm not going to form it for you, but you guys can use our free risk to reward ratio calculator, which we do provide for you. You guys can just message me on Instagram and I'll send you the link. It's absolutely free to download. And if you're not even familiar with it at all, I wanted to show you very quickly on what it looks like. For some of our beginners, you might be like, well, why do I need something like this? Very simple. You can plan out your entire trade before you actually take it. So with your entry, with your exit, with your stop loss, you'll know exactly what your risk ratio is. And with how many shares you intend to buy, you'll know exactly how much you potentially could make versus how much you could potentially lose. So therefore, before you even take the trade, you know the best case and worst case scenario. So if you don't even want to expose yourselves to that kind of risk, then you definitely do not need to. And remember, we're not here to tell you what to do. We're just here to remind you that we want you to put yourself in the best position to succeed and provide you with the proper tools and resources and structure so you can build healthy habits as you're just getting started. Other than that, thank you guys again for tuning on in to this little live session. It looks like Meta is slightly correcting itself. We'll see if it actually ends up selling all the way back down to 473. Hopefully you guys do your part in taking profits. And if you have any questions about tuning on into our live trading session, again, that's that second link in the description down below. And I do want to remind you, prices will be going up back in September. They will be doubling in price. If you want it for half the price, it's the second link in the description down below. I appreciate your time. Hope that earned your thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Dang, meta's dropping pretty quick. Wow. It's down. It's only up 3% now, 2.8%, 2.7. So hopefully you did your part in taking profits and not being greedy. Take care, team.